Hello, and welcome to my video essay. Today I will do my best to answer the question, to what extent have female protagonists in the action genre since the 1980s invalidated Laura Mulvey's contention that women in Hollywood exist merely as passive spectacle? To explore this question, I will focus primarily on two films that effectively illustrate my response, that being Aliens from 1986 by Ridley Scott and Kill Bill Volume 1 from 2003 by Quentin Tarantino. So, without further ado, let's dive in. Firstly, let's briefly introduce Laura Mulvey, the feminist film theorist behind the idea posed in her 1975 essay Visual Pleasure and Narrative Cinema, where she argues that classical Hollywood cinema is structured around a male gaze that objectifies women, turning them into visual objects for male desire. She further posits that mainstream narratives often position women in secondary roles, supporting the male star's journey. This relegation to passive positions robs female characters of the potential to be fully realised, agency-driven protagonists. Now, when I encountered this question, the first character that came to mind was Sigourney Weaver's Ellen Ripley from the Alien franchise. She is not only my favourite female character, but also one of the best written protagonists in film history. Ripley's character development from a survivor in Alien to a fully realised action hero in Aliens is remarkable. In Aliens, her relationship with Newt, a young girl she saves in the Hadley's Hope colony, adds depth to her already rich character. These intimate moments between Ripley and Newt serve as a contrast to the film's otherwise very violent and action-packed plot. They provide a pause from the chaos and reveal Ripley's nurturing side, highlighting her maternal instincts. Ripley embodies these traditionally feminine traits, while also subverting gender norms, exhibiting courage, leadership, and a strong sense of agency. This complexity demonstrates that even in the 1980s, Hollywood was capable of crafting interesting and multifaceted female characters. Next, let's turn our attention to Beatrix Kiddo, also known as the Bride from Kill Bill Volume 1. Her evolution from the victim of a brutal assault to a vengeful warrior starkly contrasts with Mulvey's assessment of women in Hollywood. In Kill Bill, we not only witness a badass female protagonist, but also encounter powerful, deadly female foes who are equally capable of taking down anyone in their path. This elevates the narrative while shifting the focus from passive roles to active participation. Moreover, while Kill Bill may be merely an exception to the rule, I would argue that its status as the only Tarantino film to receive a sequel underscores its influence. Its impact on both the action genre and the portrayal of female characters is truly significant. Much like the aforementioned Aliens, the plot of Kill Bill hinges on the capability and agency of the female lead, directly countering Mulvey's notion of women as passive objects. Tarantino's unique style, which contains rampant and stylized violence, allows the bride to be seen not as a spectacle, but as a force to be feared and reckoned with, which both subverts and embraces action genre tropes, unlike many movies before its time. In conclusion, while it is clear that both Aliens and Kill Bill have had a substantial influence on the film industry and on female viewers, it's important to acknowledge that many films today still struggle to create well-developed female characters. This is often highlighted by the ongoing use of the Bechdel test, a criterion that measures whether a film features conversations between female characters that do not revolve around men. The persistence of this test highlights the lack of meaningful female representation in modern cinema. So, is there a solution to this issue? The reality is that on a large scale, the answer is likely no. Many directors continue to rely on the male gaze and harmful stereotypes as a way to appeal to male audiences, while others seem unable to create competent female characters capable of inspiring the next generation. Despite this, we are fortunate to have iconic characters like Ripley and Kiddo, along with many others who defy the so-called rules that confine female characters in an otherwise male-dominated genre. These strong and layered protagonists serve as testaments to the potential of female representation in action cinema, paving the way for more complex and empowered female narratives in the future.